Hi guys, welcome. Hi Helen and Sherry. You're sneaking around at work. And the other Sherry, Loretta. Hi guys, welcome. Lisette, hi. It's been a while. How have you been? Guys, I'm colouring up an Enys image today. Woohoo! Hi Susie. I was quite excited this morning. Enys posted on Patreon that she made her first goal on Patreon, so that was pretty exciting for her, and she's posted an image for us, which is really cool. So if you're not a patron of Enys or you're interested in checking it out, I've put it in the top right hand corner, up there somewhere. There should be a little information box, and you can go check out my Patreon and also her Patreon's under there as well. So check it out, guys. Hello and welcome. Oh no, Loretta. I'm great, thanks, Lisette. Hi, Dusty, welcome. So today I'm going to use some Copics as a base. The reason I've been doing that is because it's a little bit quicker and I actually get an image finished doing that. So we're going to be doing that today. And then I'm going to go over it with, I think, some Holbens or Polychromos today. I'm not sure. It depends on where the colours take me. But very excited about this one. So if you're interested in grabbing it, if you are in her Facebook group, you can actually get this one for free at this point in time until the end of, actually the middle of April, 2019, if you're rewatching this later on. Otherwise it may be available on her Etsy by then, or it may also be available on Patreon. I'm not sure if she's going to make this one an exclusive or if it will be available later on. So in saying all that, catch my breath, here's the group. Just popping it up in the live chat now. It's also in the description below the video as well. Hi guys, welcome. No worries, Sherry, enjoy your day. Oh no, Susie, I hope everything's okay. Let's hope that you can make it through. Okay, so Yvonne, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. I've been rushing around this morning trying to get Monday's live organised. I'm doing a live book release for Leslie Smitheringale. Smitheringale, I think that's how you pronounce it. So I've been rushing around doing that this morning, so hopefully we'll all enjoy that one for Monday. I was going to be colouring up the Swan Princess, but after some consideration and some playing around yesterday, I've decided that it might take me too long to do live. So on Monday we're going to be colouring up this little beauty, and it's also going to be free while I'm live as well. So make sure you come back on Monday for that one. Hi Zealy, welcome. Hi Shelley, welcome. Thanks for coming in. So that will be Monday. So today we're going to concentrate on Enys. This is called My Wonderland by Enys Guerrero, and I know that I say it wrong, but that's the way I remember saying it. So there you go. Enys's group I just popped up, and Shelley's just popped in as well. Shelley is also admin in Enys's group too, so thanks for dropping by. Now, I've got a couple of other links here for Enys. Let's see if it will allow me to post them all. Let's go. We've got our Etsy shop, we've got Patreon, and we've also got Instagram. I knew it. I knew I had that one too. Here we go. Etsy, Instagram, and Patreon, all posted up there. It is pretty. I've been looking forward to this one all month, actually. She's a beauty. Alright, so I'm going to start with Copic, so I may as well just get started, and then everyone else can catch up as they come in. Hi Sue, welcome. So I'm going to start with the skin, I think. base coat of E000. We had such a wonderful live feed doing Tim Jeff's image as well, which has been awesome. There's been a lot of watches and views and comments. It's been fantastic. My little birdie. Probably not quite so little, but of my birdie. I'm using Neenah Classic Crest Solar White paper. It's the 80-pound version. Solar White, smooth or super smooth, whatever comes up. I'm going to leave the really white outer edges of the skin. And we'll come back in and re-highlight those with some white later on. Her arm kind of comes down a fair bit there. Just make sure I grab it all. Hi Pickle, welcome. I have them too. Usually once I've already gone live, they come through on my phone. I'm like, great, thank you. Apparently it knows that I'm live 20 minutes after I started live, but you know. Hi Teresa, welcome. I'm using Copics, but as a base. I'm not going to go into Copic too much. We'll do a little bit of the main colors with the Copics, and then we'll go over it and create a little bit more depth and some detail with some pencils after. Otherwise, if I just used all Copics, we'd be done in an hour. And yeah, we want to add a little bit more detail. So we'll use pencils to do that. Forgot her hand down here. Okay. Now I'm going to go in and add in some shadow areas with the Yeah, let's use E04. Hi Morticia, welcome. Hi Jennifer, welcome guys. Come in, enjoy. Nana, hi, welcome. Now I've got E04. And I'm just going into some of these shadow areas and just adding a tiny little bit in there. Do you want me to zoom in a little bit? Let's zoom. Gosh, my white balance is off today. It looks yellow. It's going to be nice and dark under the neck area here. Just adding a nice thin layer. In those dark shadow areas. Looking good. Don't mind if you feel like they're too dark, because once you go over it a few times with the lighter colors, it's going to really desaturate and you won't be able to see the direct line between the light and the dark color. Go all the way down to the hand here. I missed a little bit with the E000, but that's alright. Over this side. I'll be featuring Enys in a 4-week colour along in August. So we'll have an image for that. I don't know what yet. I haven't talked about that yet. So we'll see what's available around that time. Okay, my phone was here somewhere. I heard it go off. Oh, it was my notification for YouTube. See? It comes up like, you know, how long has it been already? 10 minutes? Oh, good. Hi, Katie. Welcome. That must be nice. Everyone here's probably just started work. Where I'm in Australia, it's 10 a.m. in the morning on Friday morning. And I'm using Copic markers for those that have just come in and wondering. And just placing in my shadow colour. To start with, just in those really dark areas. I tried moving my light so I wouldn't get a shadow, but it doesn't seem like it's helped very well. Alright. Connie, hi, welcome. And we've got a little bit of E11 and E21. I think I'll go E21 first. There's no particular order really, they're both similar tones, just one's got similar shades, I should probably say. One's just got a yellow tone and one's got a more neutral tone. This is E21. Just going over the top of the E04 and just blending it out nice and softly on the very edge of it and just going over it as well. So the areas that we've now coloured over are starting to grow a little larger each time we add a layer on. YouTube is bossing you around, is it? Oh, weekend here. Anyone got any big plans? I certainly don't. Just working. Now I'm just deciding where I think I could probably go a little deeper, and I'm filling that out. What is for dinner? I think I might be going out for lunch today with my daddy. Maybe? Just dabbing it on over the top. Sometimes I have to go over it a couple of times to get it to blend in with the lighter colour or that layer so it doesn't look like just a straight line. I kind of want it to smudge or blur in together, but still have our distinct shadow areas because we've gone in so dark with that darker colour. Not sure if that's ribbon, but we'll leave it as ribbon for now. Go fill it out again later. Well, the image and the paper and the Copics are working well today. Some days they don't want to play games, or they want to play games. They don't want to play nice games. Looking good. Alright, let's go in with the E11. Happy birthday! Lisette's got crochet projects to do, hey? Happy birthday, Dusty. It's my birthday on the 29th of April, so another month. And we're doing Christine Caran next Friday, so that's pretty exciting. I can't wait to do it actually. I'm looking forward to doing that one. And it looks like people voted for Prismacolors, so we'll be doing a Prismacolor color along. I did put it to a vote in the group and the voting post was up for quite some time. I think we had like 70 votes for Prismacolor and Polychromos was really, really close behind. So this has got a little bit more of a pink tone in it. Going over the top of the previous color and also extending a little bit further around to the lighter areas. Some of these areas down the bottom here are going to be fully covered because they're smaller areas and they're more in the shadows, so we would generally go in there darker anyway. It's starting to look kind of strange. Ugly Duckling stage. 24th of April. Very good. Hi Megan, welcome. Yeah, we were just saying that YouTube doesn't like to... Oh, I picked up the wrong colour. Lucky I looked. YouTube doesn't like to tell us early. E00, sorry. Double. And let's just go in and kind of finish it off. I'm just going to try to leave a little bit of a highlight section on some parts. So we've got a nice highlight coming through on some of these areas of the face. It will just help the face look a little bit more curved and more detailed. It won't look as flat. She's really starting to shape up. Just coming from the shadows out over the top of the light areas, so kind of flicking my marker in towards the light. There is lots of Aprils. April birthdays. My dad's is in April, but he's an Aries. He's the 17th. Don't really follow star signs, so just finishing off. I'm just going to zoom back out again so you can see how it's starting to come together. So down here in the hands and things, there's no highlight color, but that's okay because it is in a shadow sort of area. But I'm just going over the very edge line of the E11 and just making sure that it's blurred, smudged, blended, smoothed, any word you want to use. I say fuzzy. Is that a technical art term, fuzzy? Alright, and I'm going to finish off all of the rest of it now with the E000 one last time, just making sure everything's nice and blended together. Oh, Dusty. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. That's no good. Well, happy birthday from all of us. So I'm coming from the highlight area and just pushing that out. Looking good. Just going to add a little bit of colour into her cheek here. I'm actually going to make it quite bright. I'm thinking maybe R32. Hi Maya, welcome. Oh, you did, Connie. It is an awesome book though. Beautiful. I'm yet to colour anything in it. I just haven't had time. It's coming. I'm just going over onto the very edge there. And I'm going to blend that out with the, I'll just zoom so you can see what I'm actually doing. I've got the E000. And I'm just kind of blending on the very edge of it. So making it blurry, fuzzy. There you go. So it actually blends in, but you can still see it. We're going to give her nice bright red lips. She's kind of gothic, so 59. I'm going to stick a little bit of this into her eyeshadow area, maybe? Is that what that is? Just a tiny bit, just dabbing in where I need, just using the tip of the marker to get into the really small areas. Blending that out with R29. Ooh, A Walk in Eden. I haven't heard of that one. That sounds interesting. Hi, Colour and Cats. How are you? Thanks for joining. So this is a R29, excuse me. Having trouble with my ears today. They keep popping and making noises. Got a feeling it's got to do with the weather here. It's been so up and down. Just want to create a little bit of a curve there where the lip is. I don't want to make it look odd or anything. Try to keep it nice and fine. Just going to use a little bit of E11 just on the very edge there, just to add a little bit of an indentation there. Blending that out with the E000 again. Alright, now the final section on the lips I'm just going to do with some R32 and just blend that red out into the pink sections. Go. Just dabbing it on so the colour kind of bleeds out and it creates its own look. We're going to need the E000 just to blend out the very edge of that red again. I think we're done. Using a tiny little bit of R43 or the R32, whichever one you want, just to stick in the corner of her eye there. Now her eyes are quite small, but I still want to put some colour in there. Let's have a look. I've got, that might not be dark enough, hang on. Let's try some B23, sorry, just in the top section of the iris. You can't really see her eye in full here. It's kind of, the colours kind of come out of it a little bit. I've just got a white Caran Luminance pencil. Just going to put a little bit of a highlight on the very bottom of the eye there. Just make that slightly lighter and just add a tiny little bit of this into the lip there. Just to help protect my gel pen from the red because it will bleed through. Let me see if I can change the light. See if it comes up different. Just add. Yeah, no, they're kind of peach. They're not orange. They're more peach than anything. I'm going to use white gel pen and add a little bit of a highlight on the, that's not white gel pen. Doing well today. Doing well. Now she's got looks like black nail polish on her thumb. I'm just going to add red to that. And keep that little highlight section down the bottom there. Alright, now we've done the skin, I'm going to grab Actually, I don't think I'm going to need to do a lot with pencil, but I'm just going to grab them out. I'm going to go with Holbeins. Put them in a little folder thing here. They're really quite pretty. Okay, I'm going to go in with, let's have a look. Ah, here we go. Whoop. Hi Sahara, welcome. Thanks Helen. The magic of B, really? Eva, hi, welcome. Oh, I do hope you feel better. So I'm using cinnamon. This is a Holbein Artist Pencils. Holbein Artist Colored Pencils made in Japan. I am going to just go in and just add a little bit more color into the shadow areas. I'm just doing a video up for patrons at the moment, just how to fix skin. If you're having trouble with skin with Copics, there is a couple of things that you can do to smooth it out a little bit, or whatever the issue, but I'm putting that out in a couple of weeks, and that will be with a Tanya Bond image. Very cute. So I'm just going into the shadow areas at the moment, just increasing the depth. How's that look? You could also go back over with the darker Copic if you wanted. I'm going to use a little bit of Ash Rose if I can find it. So this is Ash Rose. It's hard to see in this light. There's an angle I can get where you can actually read it. Ugh, frustrating. Oh well, it is Ash Rose. Just lightly blending that out. You have trouble with oil skin? I saw the start of your colouring, Loretta. It looks awesome so far. The good thing about skin is that you can add a little bit of any sort of colour into it and still, you know, bring it up really nice. Somebody's doing a challenge on Facebook at the moment, actually. Anything but skin colour, I think it's called. Was that you, Shelley, in one of your groups? I can't remember. Maybe it was Nicola. There's so many. I was trying to do a bit of a calendar for you guys, but I did have issues. It just didn't want to work as well as I wanted it to. Alright. Now I want to go around the very edge of her skin with some white. It helps if it's sharp. Hi Beth, welcome. I have no idea. Hi Dawn, welcome. Did I catch you before? I think I missed you before. So many people. Ah, there she is. So just using the Luminance white. Luminance white is the most opaque white that I have, so I tend to use it quite a lot. Also, the pencil is really nice and soft, and that pretty much goes on everything. I can even use this white pencil on Express It blending card if I'm using markers. Just going in and lightening all of the outside area of the skin. Just going to use my mono eraser. Just gently erase anywhere that I went over. So again, if you've just come in, this image is available at the moment in Enys's Facebook group. The links are all in the description, but I will pop them up here again in a sec. Face. Okay, so we've lightened up all of the skin areas. So this Alice is quite messy. She's got lots of, you know, things all over her dress and her apron. So I'm going to cover over it. First of all, the apron is going to be white, so I'm going to leave that for now. But all the dress I'm going to make blue. But it's going to look kind of dirty. This is not from a book, Beth. This is from Enys Guerrero's event she's got in her group at the moment. I'll post the group up. And just look under events. I don't know if she'll be making it available later on to purchase. Shelley might know more, maybe. Yes, it will be available on Etsy later. Anyway, I'll pop the Etsy link up here. Also, you can check out her Patreon. It is up in the information box in the top right corner. But then after, I think will be available later. I sound really confident about that, don't I? Alright, just going in over the top of all of the dress with B000. This is my base coat for the dress. Enys's original image is really pretty, but I didn't want to make it exactly the same. We'll go similar but different colours. It was very funny. I posted my Tim Jeff's bird from the last live stream in Tim Jeff's group, and one of the admin deleted it thinking that it was his image. It was so funny. So we'll try and do this one a little bit different. Okay, we're going to leave all of that coming in here. Dress. Got a bit of eraser dust there that just got in my way. Doors rattling. Shadows are asleep peacefully on my bed today. Not causing us any problems, which is good. Kind of goes up and underneath the apron here. I'm trying to keep this layer actually quite neat because where the lighter areas are, it's only going to be this colour. It's kind of our highlight colour, so I want the highlight to be nice and neat. I think that might actually be a spike down here on her hand there, but that's okay. We'll fix that up later too. There is a lot of Facebook groups. Hi Leslie, welcome. I'm so looking forward to Christine Caran next Friday. Actually, Facebook is quite busy. There are a lot of groups, a lot of events. It's quite nice to be able to do an image from an event in live because then I've done it. It means I can have a go at being involved in them. Okay, here's a pretty blue, isn't it? I'm going to use a little bit of B23. It's actually a recent colour to my set. I gained it doing the Copic certification course. Actually, we got a couple of different coloured markers included in our set. This one happened to be one of them. Just going over the really dark shadow areas. I'm even covering over where it's black too. Well, I've got the original image. I'm not sure. I think it's just stains, but we can add blood. We don't have to do stains. Since she's got a little bit of red around her eyes there. I mean, you know, the current Alice in Wonderland, she kills a Jabberwock, so she's a little bit more tough than the original Alice. So we had one person who was colouring on the, or crocheting on the weekend. Anyone else got any big plans? Eva. Spring cleaning. You know, Shelley doesn't know which one I'm doing for the event. No one does yet. But after Monday's live video, I will set the event up in the group, in my group, so you'll be able to see then. And there will be a discount. Oh, it is at a discounted price for the whole of April. The suspense. Oh, come on. Cleaning errands. I'm not mysterious. I don't know. Gotta have some excitement in our lives, don't we? Using B21 just to blend that out here. hopefully you won't be disappointed. I'm just trying to, when I'm blending out over the top here, I'm just trying to smudge again, make the edges of the darkest color really fuzzy and just kind of flick out over towards the lightest color. So I don't want to completely cover over the dress with this one. I want that light blue to be the palest color. So we'll go back over this again with that light blue just to blend off the very edge of this color as well. Who asked what this is? This is Alice in Wonderland, or it's called My Wonderland. It's Enys's version, Gothic version. Not related to Disney. Alright, moving down. What colour are her eyes? Blue. Blur. Oh, you mean the original Alice? She has blue eyes too. Blue eyes, blonde hair, blue dress, white apron, pale, pale skin. Ah, oh, off screen. Zoom out a bit. I'm probably a bit close now. There we go. Just using the belly of my marker on the side just to push the colour in towards the middle of each of these sections too. Just so that the inside sections are nice and soft and it's easier to blend out with that really light colour. You know what? My pen's running out. Oh dear. I have another one of these, so hopefully this one's full. Thanks, Shelley. Yep, this one's got more ink in it than the other one. So what do you think? Do you think we should put some little blood stains on her, or? Again, I'm using the side of my brush just to blend down. Flicking it out. Yes? It does, Leslie. Especially with live feeds, it's just so much easier to do. You know, an image that might take me, 3 or 4 hours or even longer sometimes can take, up to 2 hours instead, which is a lot better time management wise. And I think if I just used Copics, I think that we would have been finished too early, so it's always a dilemma. Okay, now I'm going to go back over it with the light blue, so that was B000. I'm just going to try and make all of those edges of that darker colour, or the B for Bob, B for Belinda, B21 made, and just make those edges fuzzy as well, blurry. So coming from that lighter colour out towards the darker ones. There we go. So here this edge is really quite harsh, so I'm just going to use that B21 and just flick a little bit down so that I can blend that in nicely with the lighter colour. She's looking all nice and blended. She's looking nice and fuzzy. Pretty? Looking good? Hi Ashley, hi Gilly. This marker is actually really smelly. Copic markers are generally not smelly. So yeah, when I open one and it's smelly, it's kind of a bit of a shock. And this B000 is actually, I can smell it. It's kind of weird. It is one of the very first inks that I brought, so the refill ink. It's probably over 3 years old now. I wonder if that has made this particular one smelly. I mean, I don't know how old it was before I brought it, so it's hard to know. Lovely. Now, somebody said we wanted to put blood on the dress. Let's use pencil to do that. Ah, Sherry, no, most of them are really good. Most Copics don't have odour that I found, but this particular one is smelly. That is strange. I've got crimson. Let's add a little bit of crimson to the dress. Just doing down in the bottom corner here first. There's a little bit down here. There you go. There's a little bit on the dress now. A couple of spots there. And we'll put it on the apron as well. I will just blend those out though. Have you guys used the Caran full blender before? I'll show you what it looks like. This is what the packet looks like. I actually placed mine in a pencil extender right at the start, so when I first put it in there was that much of the blender sort of sticking out, but the rest was all protected by the pencil extender. And I haven't broken this one, so it's the very first one that I've used that I've actually not broken, so that's actually the end of it. It's kind of cool. And I just use a sharpener to sharpen it if I want to get into little small areas, but usually I end up with it quite flat like that because I want to use it to smudge out areas of pencil. And what it actually does is, I'll actually zoom in and you might be able to see it. Where are we? Zoom. Okay, it's not very clear. Let's see if I can control that at all. Nope. Let's go the other way. Nope. I think what I had it on was the closest I'm going to get. It's kind of like the pencil's laid down, but there's like a fuzzy edge on it. You know how you can still see the tooth underneath? Well, what this actually does is it flattens out all of the tooth and it pushes that pencil around to fill in the gaps. It also lays a coating over it, so if you're using Prismacolors, something like that that has a lot of pigment and it tends to smudge more, then this is really good over the top of it because it helps reduce that smudging as well. Kind of lays a coating of wax over the top of it. Okay. I'm actually really quite happy with that. That looks really nice. I'm not even going to go in with pencil and do any of these areas again. I could, let me just find a tiny bit of Prussian blue, and I'm just going to go into the very depth, so right in the black areas. That's about it, because they're still kind of looking black through the marker. If we go over it with something like this, those black lines turn into really dark navy lines, which I quite like. You don't have to do that, of course. A little bit of extra depth. What do we think? Oh, actually, I think that's a little bit of red up here. Just there. Bit of a splotch of red. Go back over that with the blender in a sec. Okay, I've done that quite fine, so I'm not even going to go over it with anything to blend it out. I don't think it needs it. Bye, Sherry. That looks good. Of course it does. That's really symbolic. It means stuff. It means stuff to lots of different religions. Blood bonds. Blood is really nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's nice and dark and deep. I'm going to use the white again and just go around the very edges and just lighten those off. Luminance white again. There's not a lot of highlights on that bit, but there is on here. What was I talking about? I was just talking about blood. It's all good. Just ignore my bantering. Sorry, I'm a bit quieter today. It happens when I'm really concentrating on an image to get it right. And also the end of the week feels like the start of the week for me. I don't know why. Weeks just sort of blur into one actually. Lots of drama this week. Total Drama Island. If you want to make those highlighted sections a little bit lighter on these folds in the dress, you could also add a little bit of white into the middle there, just to lighten those areas up. Maybe just a little bit up there on the shoulder. How's that? Look good? Alright, let's do her bow. Even though her bow and her underdress thing are already looking black, I want to go over it with some really navy blue. So I'm going to use B39 to go over the darkest areas. I wanted to have a blue sort of shimmer, so going over all of the black. And then back around the belt area. So even if it's black, you still want to colour over it. Down here, I'm just going to do some swirly patterns through there and try and get the areas of the underskirt that's sort of coming through a little bit. Of course, I just went over the dress there. What am I doing? Oh, we forgot her legs, guys. Look at that. We should probably do her legs, hey? Before I do that, I missed a little bit that I was going to blend on the shoulder. Blue's looking good. Alright. I'm going to go with B37 next. Oh, Eva, markers are awesome. B37, and I'm going to come in and fill out the rest of the bow. So that the lighter blue sort of comes through. It's not really lighter, it's still quite dark, but and just to really lighten off those areas, I'm going to use just the B21 and just go back into those really light areas and just blend this over the top. And what it will do is it will just desaturate those areas a little bit. Just lightening it up slightly. And we can also put a tiny little bit of white in those very, very, very light areas. Just nice and lightly. Because we don't want to cover over the blue, we just want to make it look appear a little bit lighter. So can you see that there? Nice and shiny. Shelly, you've got a chance with Patreon, hey? I've got 37 again. I'm just going to go over this belt section here. I'm not going to go over any of those areas because they're all really dark underneath the skirt there, so that's fine. I am going to put a tiny bit of white in those really light areas though. Wait, let's use the B21 just to soften it off slightly. That's a bit better. Where's my eraser gone? Just zoom in so you can see the shininess. If you've got a little bit of line or speckles, or it's rough, you can just use the blender just to flatten off that as well. If you want it a little bit lighter too, you can just add a little bit more white to it. So plenty of ways to make it look lighter. Looking good. Alright, let's go in with C0. Hi Sam, welcome. Hi Anne, welcome. I didn't see you there. Connie. I'm good at buying them too. Actually, I haven't been that great in, sorry, this is C0 and I'm just going over the darkest areas and just sort of, I'm doing that fuzzy thing again, just using the belly of my brush on the side there and flicking out towards the lighter parts of the white. Even though we're actually doing this white, we want to add a little bit of color to it so that all of the page is covered over with something. So kind of just flicking it out towards the white areas and then kind of stopping there. Alright, that was base layer. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of C2. Connie. And just going into the darkest areas of the white, just to add a little bit of depth in those sections. And let's not forget to make them fuzzy. I think that's my favorite word at the moment. Fuzzy, fluffy, fairy. That's shadow. Okay, now blending it out with the lighter color again. All right, I think that is looking good. Let's put some blood on there. And then we'll add in some white, I think. And guess what? C0 is running out, so that was good timing. Cleaning up. How are we looking? Pretty cool? Starting to build up gradually. Alright, let's add some blood. Got the crimson in the Holbens, just doing the darkest areas with firmer pressure to make them look a bit darker, and then just going over that area with lighter pressure. She's been killing Jabberwocky. Beware the Jabberwock. Blending that off with the colourless blender. Bye, Helen. Thanks for dropping in. How long have I got? I've still got half an hour. That's cool. I'll be finished. The life force. That's right. See? It's important. It's symbolic. Just smudging it out with the blender. This is the Caran Dash Full Blender again. Great thing about moving down to this end of the home, or moving my whole studio down, is the fact that now my camera is on the wall. So when I wobble my desk, it's not wobbling the camera. I'm using the Luminance white, and I'm just going to go in and just highlight those really white areas that were still left. Just kind of going over the edge of the C0. And also going around the edges where they're a lot lighter as well. As I said, I like to cover up all of the tooth of the paper with something. I think it gives the image a little bit more depth and it looks finished. I think sometimes when we leave white in the background, it kind of tends to look unfinished. So I just like to fill it in to finish it off. Just went over a tiny bit of the yarn there. I'm just rubbing that off. I really must hurry. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Okay, I just missed some skin, so I'm just going to fill that out. E000 first as a base layer. I've got some E04 for the darkest shadow areas. Going over that with some E21. Kind of being quick here, sorry guys. And then some E11. It's a bit more pink. There isn't really any highlight areas on here, so I'll just do E00 to finish this leg off. But on this one there's a tiny little bit of lighter coloured skin, so I'll go back in with that E00 on this one, just down in the bottom area here. There we go. So let me see. I'm thinking maybe we make this the blue that we did in the up here. Got the darkest colour first, which was the B39. I'm trying to sort of rush through this little bit here. I really do want to get most of it finished today. That's her legs. We're doing her legs now. Somebody just asked. Alright. And what did we use? A little bit of B21 to do the desaturate those lighter areas slightly. Just slightly. And then just use the white to do the little highlights. This one's on Facebook at the moment in her group. So I'll pop the link up again. It may be available after the event. So the event goes to the middle of April, I think it is. Is that right, Shelley? There we go. So only in the group right now, which is here. So look under the events and you'll be able to get this image. And then after the event, I'm pretty sure it's going to be available on Etsy. Is that correct? Have I got that right again? Just using the white to highlight those areas. Just to make a mess. It's alright. The pencil needs sharpening again. It blunts off really quickly. Oh, it's buffering, is it? That's no good. Sorry, guys. Bye, Eva. End of April. There you go. Just trying to have it on the lightest, the easiest for real time. It may cause a little bit of buffering. May need to change the settings slightly. Just using the white down on the edge of the leg there as well. The inner thigh. That's a bit better. I'm going to use some B21 in the ribbon around her wrist. I think it's white in the original, but I want to just make it stand out a little bit. And we'll do the rest. Where is it gone? The B000, the smelly one. For some reason. I think it's the only Copic marker that I've pulled the lid off and gone, ugh. Bit of white on the shiniest points on those bracelet things there. So very in depth. I love it though. I don't like just doing an image really quickly just to get it over with either. I like to really enjoy it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it today. Alright, let's do the gold. Actually, let's do a hair because that's quite the large area. So I'll try to get that done. We've got how long? What time did I start? 10, 11. We've got half an hour. Bye, Shelley. Thank you. Bye, Lisette. No worries. We'll see you next time. I'm going in with some E15. We're going to make her hair kind of blondie brown. I'm just going to follow all of these shadow areas. Might have actually been easier to do just pencil in the hair because there's so tiny little, such tiny little area. Trying to leave a highlight space in the middle of each section of hair if I can. Just got some E000 just in her, on her head there, just to cover the white paper. Hi Blue, welcome. Still using E15. And congratulations on your channel too, you're doing so well. Big inspiration. I did take a number out of your book this week. Very sick of drama. I'm just trying to cover up all of the darker lines, like where the black is and it sort of extends out to the grey. I want to go over those areas if I can. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Anne. Hi, Becky. All these lurkers. No, we just had everyone drop off for dinner. We will be doing 2 giveaways on Monday, so make sure you pop back and watch Monday's special stream. Did a live book event. Live book launch event, I should say. It is really hard doing these tiny little bits quickly. Some things are okay, I can sort of do them quite roughly and quickly and then just tidy them up a little bit off camera. Most of the time it's alright though. I think it's usually the backgrounds I end up being left with off camera. Oh, Fabrica Fantasy brought out a new book too this week. I've posted it on my Facebook page if you want to check it out. Quite exciting. Got lots of new ones coming out in the next few weeks. My little is sung. We had this convo last week, I'm sure. It's funny, there's a lot of people whose names, YouTube names, I don't know who they are. And there's some I do. Just going into the apron here and just adding a few flicks of hair down there. Just be careful going over any of the white because you don't want to clog up your marker too much. Alright, almost finished with the darkest colour. Can always go back in and add more if you find that later it does look too light in those areas. But for now, I'm thinking it looks pretty good. Oh, looking good. All right. Got a little bit of E53. I'm just going to flick out from that area down and into the highlighted area. Still leaving a little gap in some places because I'm going to put a bit of yellow over the top to give it that sort of blonde yellow effect. Just gone over the white with some marker there. Kind of smoothing off the edges a little bit, making those strokes seem a little bit more smooth as well. I kind of like the way that Enys's images, the faces are sort of hidden away. It adds to the mysterious look of them, I think. Connie, she when I used to work for an insurance company, I used to work from home, and I had my desk out at this end of the house, and I think when I first moved back down here, she was like, hang on, what, are you working again? I don't understand. So yeah, it was a little confusing for her to begin with. And also when I'm down here and the rest of the family are up the other end, she'll sort of sit in the middle and meow a little bit like, why have you moved? But no, she's pretty good now. She's asleep on my bed at the moment, which is fairly close by, so she can hear me. She knows what's happening around her. She's quite happy usually. And as you guys have seen, she has her moments. She likes to distract us all. Alright, now I'm going to go in with some yellow, and I'm just going to really brighten up that and give it a little bit more of a yellow effect. No, I actually moved rooms, so I'm at the front of the house now. So right at the front where I can see, you know, the road, and can see the postman arrive, and I've got Y11, and I'm just going in over the top of that whole area and just flicking my marker just to add a bit of this yellow in there. Can you see it's kind of going a little bit more blondie yellow now? If you didn't want to add that color, you could just keep it brown. I quite like it with this yellow in. It makes it look a little bit more blonde to me. Or yellow blonde anyway, not platinum of course. My son has a little bit of platinum hair at the moment. Any areas that I've missed that had white, I'm making sure that I go over those with this yellow too to fill that in. I'm hoping to kind of give it a silky sort of sheen. How's that? Looks good. Alright, where's my red? I want to add a little bit of red in here. This is the R59. I also want to add a little bit up here. It looks like they're kind of off a little bit, but this is a number 3. I don't know what that number was. Looks like it might be a diamond. Oh, see. Okay, that's a tiny little heart there. And this is a 2, and this has got a diamond. Can't really see the rest of the diamond there, but once I trim it off, you might not even be able to see that bit, but it's there just in case. I've got E47. Hi, Dawn. Oh, good. I'm glad it's satisfying. I've got 15 minutes. Let's see if I can get most of the elements done in here. I'm going to use some E57 and I'm going to do a little bit of gold features. So going into the darkest areas and putting a little bit of this down. I'm going to kind of create the illusion that there's some nice dark shadow areas on it. And then obviously we've got our nice light colors as well. We also might put a bit of a sparkle on that too. Just want to add blue to the strings here. I'm going to add a little bit of R29 into there too, just to lighten that section up. I've got YR23. Going over the top of the darker colours I did, and then just making that a little bit larger, the area. Don't forget the little things down here. Also, I've got to do those little studs on her arm down here as well. So let's just add this one in first. And I've got a little bit of Y15 to finish all that off. A nice bright yellow. Oh, went over the edge. You guys use the Colourless blender for getting rid of bad areas? Just use it to push that colour back in. I'll just let that dry a bit before I put the grey back over it, but I'm going to use a white gel pen again. Who's got big bats? I don't. White gel pen. Not working. Okay, I need to add a little sparkle on there too. I've got the Jelly Roll pen, the Sakura one. It's number 5. I think it's actually like a 0.03 nib on it. And I'm just going to put a little sparkle on the very edge of this key. I know it's hard to see, but you might be able to see it better in the finished image. hard to see these ones because they're kind of in the white area. Could put another one down here on the black. I think that will stand out a little bit better. Sparkly she is. I think she's finished. Yeah. I've just got a little bit of Y23 and I'm just going to put this in some of these darker areas on the clock here because she's late for a very important date. Some Y15. Just going to leave some areas of white to add in some little highlights as well. And I think we need a little bit of darker, maybe, hang on. YR23 is named Yellow Ochre. And then I place over the top of that some Y15, which is a really nice bright yellow. Just going over all of the Roman numerals. No wonder she's late. Or the rabbit's late. He can't read Roman numerals. I can hear my door rattling. I'm not sure if the door's open and it's the wind or what that is. You could do this with a fine liner as well. You don't have to do it with the marker. You could put all these details in with a fine liner of some sort. Depends on what paper you're using too, because you don't want it to sort of bleed out at all. You want it to sort of stay nice and crisp if you can. You could also use pencils too, hey? Sorry, I probably just scared you all, did I? Alright, a little bit more YR23 on those areas that I added the brown around here. Not in the Roman numerals, but where I actually added it on the clock face. And then again with the Y15. Hi Sam, welcome. Booted you back to the start. What? Can it do that? white pencil. Just adding some shiny patches. Maybe a couple of specks of white through there as well. White gel pen, that is. Kind of just scribbling it in there. Let's do the black cards. No worries, thank you for coming. Thanks guys. It was a little bit quieter today, but hopefully I'll see you all back on Monday. And we'll do a couple of giveaways. We've got a free page. Bit of fun. I want to add a little bit of blood on the cards here as well. Got a thing for blood today, haven't we? That's just crimson in the Holbins. There should have been a Queen of Hearts on this page, Enys. And what do we use in the apron? We're going to use that in those cards as well. So I've got C2 for the darkest areas. Just going around that red there. Then I've got the C0 and Night Nana. Bloody's an Australian thing to say. Bloody, we say bloody a lot. That's just C1 I'm using now, and it's running out, so it's not blending out very nicely at all. And now it looks like my nib's broken. We can't have everything. Can we? I'm just going to use that colourless blender wherever it went. There it is. Just blend that out slightly. Gotta make it fuzzy. This one's broken too. I actually didn't know that. I did buy a new packet of nibs to replace some of the ones that were broken. But I do use them so often. And I don't think I've ever changed the nib on my clear. Anywhere where there was a red, I'm just going to smudge that with that blender. Making it look kind of weird and strange. Okay, now the background. Oh, I missed a cog down the bottom here. The background I might do really quickly with some PanPastels maybe. I'm just adding the E47 into the shadow areas of the cog. Hi May, welcome. I didn't think you were going to show today. I haven't had a chance to get to the post office. I will get there one day. I am a bit of a hermit, you see, so it may take me a little bit of time. Just going in with the Y15. Okay, May. Well, thank you for just dropping in. It's awesome of you to come say hello. I have almost finished. I'm just finishing off the gold. And the background, I'm not sure what to do. Any ideas on what colours do you think might look good in there? I think we could probably do a number of colours. We could do red splotchy background with grey or white. We could do... I'm looking for my pencil. It's disappeared. I could do a little bit of orange. There's lots of things I could do, I think. What have we got? Blue and orangey yellow. I need a contrasting colour, maybe. Contrasting colour. I could do green. Bye, May. Who's hiding on who? Who's missing? Alright. Apparently my white gel pen has decided not to work. Why? Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, why are you not working? I think we could even put, you know, those little shiny patches we stuck on her. I reckon we could put a few on here too. Give it a bit of a glitter. It's not really glitter, is it? It's a glint. A sparkle. We had a blue, purple, red. Red, red. Alright, let's do... Try to find a colour. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Salmon red. No, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Alright guys, where's my... Here it is. Can't hide from May. Excuse me. You know what, we could add a tiny bit of green in there. I'm still kind of leaning towards orange. YG03. A little bit of YR61. I'm just kind of squiggling it in. Artistic term there, squiggle. Mr. Squiggle, the man from the moon. I think that might be a little bit too bright. Just got RV23. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. I will finish this one up and post it up on Instagram and Facebook, all of those places, of course, and in Enys's group and Enys's event. Don't forget, if you want to get the image in until the middle of April, I think it is, pop over to Enys's group and grab it before then. That's April 2019. Otherwise, I'm pretty certain we were just saying that it was going to be available after the event. So you will be able to grab it then. Okay, I've got some E93 to finish off, I think. Maybe not. I don't have a... It might be a bit too bright anyway. Let's try RV21. I think that's a little bit lighter. What about RV00? Yes, so your Sunday. Yeah, I think I'll do the rest of the background pink now. Hello, Shadow's come to say goodbye. She's telling me that it's time to finish. Aren't you? You finished? Are we finished, Shadow? Are you finished? Hi. She thinks we're finished. So that must be it. Yeah, I think finishing it off with the pink is going to look really good. I might need to add a little bit more green in there. And maybe a little bit more of a darker colour into some of those shadows. Or I might just come in with some PanPastel and finish it all off, maybe with a bit of white to sort of tone it down a little bit. So far though, I'm happy with it. It's going to turn out awesome. Hi, Shadow. You coming? Just say hello. Hi, come on. No, she says, I'm not. I'm going to cuddle your desk instead. Hey? Hey? Say hello. Hi, Shadow. Say hello. Say goodbye, Shadow. Say bye-bye. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you Monday for our image by Leslie. I think it's pronounced Smithringale. We're going to be colouring up this cute little image. And it's also going to be available as a freebie on the day. So make sure you pop into the live chat to be able to get all of those cool things. And also I'm giving away 2 of her books too. So make sure you pop in and see that. Thanks so much, guys. It's your Sunday, Maya, but it's my Monday morning. I have popped a link up already for it on YouTube, so you should be able to go and set a reminder, and it tells you the time in your zone. So if you've logged in, of course, and selected your area. All right, Shadow's telling me it's time to go. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video too. Give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much, guys.